It is being called a landmark decision against social media giant Meta, the company paying up to $18 billion and making changes to protect children on Facebook as well as Instagram.
A chunk of that settlement, big chunk, is coming to Connecticut, and your chief political reporter Susan Raff is here right now to tell us what it really means for our state and for your children. A lot of rules.
It is a lot of money, and many are hoping it will make a difference and help protect children. It is being considered the largest settlement in American history against one single defendant. And in this case, Meta will pay out billions and restrict what children can see and for how long. The fight against social media giant Meta has ended with an historic payout. 51 states, including Connecticut, sued Meta in a federal child safety lawsuit. They claim the company's main apps, Facebook and Instagram, were designed to be addictive to children. And not only that Meta knew about the risks of that, but chose to hide that information. Now the company is paying out $18 billion. Connecticut's share of the settlement is $265 billion. Attorney General William Tong says this is more than about money. It's about holding Meta accountable and making the social media company do a better job at protecting children.
We're making Meta pay. We're making Meta pay for its misconduct. And because of our action, because of our lawsuit, because of this coalition of 51 states, territories, and the district, Meta will overhaul its platforms and the way it does business.
The settlement also requires Meta to use all of its tools to make sure children under the age of 13 cannot create an account. And parents will also have the option to turn off all algorithms. Tonight at 5:30, you'll hear from a mother who has learned a very painful lesson about the harms of social media. In the studio, your chief political reporter, Susan Raff, Channel 3 Eyewitness News. Back to you.